realize what they had. They didn't have anybody to kind of see them and see their value and speak on their value and prophesy in their life, speak life into them so they can get a vision. Because the Bible says without a vision, people perish. Come on, Lord. And that's what happened with a lot of our ancestors. Didn't really understand the value that they held. Cleaning people's houses, shining folks' shoes, doing people's hair, taking care of people's babies, not even being around the type of environment where people are talking about entrepreneurship, that you can turn that into a business and monetize it and make money from that. They were taught to serve, but not knowing that they can own something. And that's what gets me, because I think about my mother, she was such a resourceful person. She was the go-to person. Everybody went to my mom for all kinds of advice, information. My mother made it her business to be aware of what's going on, no matter where she was. She could have been an awesome social worker. I've seen her, though, even in our struggles growing up in the projects, my mother always found a way to make extra money. Our house sometime would become a casino because we had poker tables in the house where we had to go to bed a certain time at night. My mother would have the $50 takeout table, the $100 and the $500, 3 different rooms full of working class people. Okay. Not everybody was on low income. Now I grew up in the projects, but it was working class teachers. We had nurses and teachers and bus drivers, like a lot of blue collar workers. And we had some people who were white collar workers, because I knew a few people in the building who owned their own corporation or who were CEOs. But, rent was cheaper. So they stayed there for a long time till they retired and bought a beautiful house in the South. I've seen a lot of people go back home, so to speak. But so there was always a hustle in her that is like inspiring to me. Now, we know it wasn't legal to run like a casino in the house, but folks did what they had to do back then. They call it, well, they didn't really do the rent parties, but I heard about that later on. But it was sure enough pay the bill parties, pay the bill card game, poker game, because I remember them tallying up the money on the next morning when the card game was over, because they lasted all night. So from 8 o'clock at night to about 4 or 5 in the morning, older folks was playing cards, and we were in the room playing with, if anybody had kids, we in the room with the kids, we playing till we fall asleep. Or if my mother going to somebody else's card game, because they had circles and everybody take turns going to somebody's house. But what I got from that is the hustle, not waiting around for a handout and for somebody to just give them something.